Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
We are not the Kardashians. That's where we are this morning. We are not the Kardashians.
We are the Magical Sisters.
Yes. And today, you know, we, kn- okay, stop, rewind. There is a way that everybody has of criticizing themselves when we're starting out. And if you're someone who feels like you've been doing this for a long time and you're chewing all the things and it's still not working and it's still not landing and you're not getting where you want to be, but you've got this big mission in your heart that you want to be seen or that you want to have an impact or create an influence, be of influence. And, you know, we live in that space as well. We've spent the last 3 years building our business. I jumped online. I went into a shame spiral. I rang Inga. I said, I backwards, like what happened as a producer. I looked at what happened when I went and offered a healing to to the world through a video. And she helped me unpack it because even though I'd, as a producer, gone to a designer, a theater designer friend of mine, just, what should I wear? And we looked at, and I looked great on camera. But as Ink said, it's not aligned to what it is you're doing, what it is you're selling. And I worked out that I had felt like I was prostituting myself. And so that's a whole lot of shame. That's you could pack that in a series in itself, Inga. You can just pack that, unpack that. But for the point of wardrobe, background, signature style, and all the things, that's where Inga and I started to get excited about this stuff. And knew that we could. I offered to help people. I did a little live like this. I said I could help you if you think you look terrible on camera. Come to the group. I didn't have a group. I started a group. We had 30 women join, and then we began. And so we're coming today, really looking backwards over the last 3 years of building up until this moment. And, you know, I couldn't be more grateful to Inga today for my having a really solid foundation in my signature style because I have the wardrobe that I can just throw on in camera, sitting quite by my thing. Which one will I do today? And I slept in. So it's not always perfect. We're not the fucking Kardashians. We do not have a team of people working with us. I'm not going to pretend that we do because I feel like so many coaches are out there at the moment and you can fucking buy thousands and thousands of $97 programs, 55, $57 programs, thousands of $10,000 programs, and it looks great with all the bells and whistles. And that's important, right? Because it's image based. But where's the substance, Inga? And then you've got 500 things that you're trying to do, and you're rewatching all the screenshots that you've saved. You're trying to watch everything on YouTube. You're trying to keep up with the emails that they're sending you. You're going to the live challenges. But what's really moving the dial forward? What's actually transition? What's actually transforming? Are you actually getting where you want to go?
Mm.
And so what I know is we have chosen these 12 women because they've been committed. They realize that it's not, there's no such thing as a social media overnight success. It's absolute BS, right? It's just this BS. See how I didn't actually swear?
Good job.
That's such
Yeah, I
an
mean, a lot of those
American.
social media overnights are like, you hear about a lot, and we've worked with a lot of musicians and had boyfriends who are musicians and husbands and all the rest of it. You have that overnight success or that thing where you go viral, and a couple of our ladies have gone a little bit viral. Um, but it's off the back of a lot of work over a number of years, and then boom, something will happen. So yeah, the overnight sensation because is sort of a bit of a myth, really.
It is. It's a total myth, right? Like you've got to, and even the child stars have been singing since they were
I
babies.
was just thinking, like maybe the
So you think,
child.
well, what about those? No, Taylor Swift working her magic one to one, communicating with fans, and I'm amazed at how many women we've connected with who aren't our clients, but that really stay connected and really continue to get something from us because they've got a really different mission and what's their strongest desire is not here right now. So working with women who have a very strong desire to be seen
Mhm.
online, to get either recognized, be more memorable, find more clients using social media. That's the kind of women that we're working with and we're talking with you today. I mean, you're more than welcome to take away anything. Also, like if you're a woman who's over 40, you might start to feel really invisible in the workplace. And Inga often says to people, and I love this, which is when we get into the mood board piece, which we'll show a little bit today on the lady we're celebrating, you know, you can wear the same clothes for decades. Since you were 18 or 19, you've evolved as a person so radically. And yet there's a dampening down, isn't there? There's a sort of a closing down, a hiding.
Don't know what you mean. I'm not sure. I haven't
Well, no,
followed you.
you don't have that. But it's that thing of we're not wearing what brings us out and makes us visible of who we are. We kind of get, I think Sharda
Oh,
was
I think you transition, like once you get into your 40s and your 50s and all that kind of thing, like you've transitioned through so many stages of womanhood. And with, oh my God, like I went to see this Alanis Morissette gig, right? And
oh
at the
yeah,
end of the gig, and it was only last year or this year, and I think it was this year. My ex-husband sent me tickets. Um,
thank you,
but at
Ringa.
the end of the gig, yeah. At the end of the gig, she did this fantastic song, and in it she put up like just a ton of photographs of her since when was it, the 90s, that she had a couple of breakout hits and stuff like that when she was just, the sound of a certain stage of life for so many women. And she had all these photographs of her. So she was, she always had the long dark hair. That was really like her signature style, was this long dark hair, kind of slightly kind of comfortable looking. And the freaking see, I didn't swear. The freaking transition
Look at that. Look how good we
of
are.
our evolution. The freaking
You
transition
wait
as
till day 5, people. You won't recognize us.
she went through these transitions of womanhood, marathon runner, super skinny, pregnant, enormous earth woman on the beach. Just that it was remarkable the way that our hair changes, our bodies change and expand
Oh,
and shrink. Like I was so tiny after my divorce, and now not so much. I have the mid-aged lady apron or whatever they call it now. Um, um, but it was amazing the number of different selves that we feel we've been through in life. And as we come to present ourselves on the frame to draw in those clients that we really want to work with, right? Because as Sal says, there's like 7 billion other people. We don't need 7 billion clients. We need like what, 100? 55, wherever you want to be. So you can focus on up leveling and delving into your unique frequency and all of those beautiful people that you attract and attach in. And underneath it all, there's this thread of who you are through all these changes. And so those things are in your wardrobe, those things are in your background, those things are in the accoutrement and things that you have around you in your house. And so we want to bring that through with background and wardrobe so that people see who you are and they want to work with you too.
well, it's
Um,
about, but there's two, I agree with what you're saying, and that you went through quite a
we're
lot. So
riffing on two different things.
there's quite a good, well, I think, what really sticks out with me, what you're saying is two things is, we don't need, wherever you are, you're building, you're growing, you're scaling. You've got to have a business mindset, right? Like it's not, but where I was coming from was, and I'm going to cycle back as we always do, but I think that to my point, which you said you didn't understand, is like I've got mates that who are still in like corporate business, like they're still, they're career women still.
I
That's still,
noticed someone reached out to you on the Facebook
oh really?
saying hello from an old mate. What are you up to nowadays, Sal?
Yeah, film producer. I saw that too.
Yeah, right.
Hey Michelle, if you're managing to watch, it was lovely to have that reconnect, and I went Google snooping to see what you're doing before I decided how will I respond. How will I respond to Michelle? What would I say I'm doing to someone in the film industry who understands image and all of that? Because, as a film producer, I was having a conversation with a team yesterday. But Inga and I we're investing in our business now. We're at a point of investment, of resourcing ourselves, because you might notice we're going to start at 8 and we're not starting on the hour. And we both had today. I had it yesterday. I'm a little bit, I respect that despite not being perfect and sometimes being late or whatever, we still have gifts to give, and our knowledge is still helpful. Our wisdom is still wise. And randomly, people get helped through the things that Inga and I do in ways that I don't know and understand. It's like you have to give your gift without expecting a receiving, right? So you just put it out there. And so I know that. So I have a lot more faith in the ability that the universe is sometimes guiding where we're at. And I think, Inga's like, we're gonna lay and I said, well, fucking not the Kardashians, and I got a little bit tense. I'm sorry about that, actually, genuinely. Because I woke up 10 minutes ago and I got my new glasses and I said, Tinker, they feel a bit pink. They're the same ones I've always got, but they'd stopped making them. I was so excited. And I said, they're a bit pink, but she said, yeah, no, they're good today. Look at your eyes. Okay, it's true. So I can
Rose
bear
tinted
with that.
glasses on steroids.
I
I'm
have
loving
I have a lot of things in my toolkit, including Inga is like a 50% of my backup is Inga, more probably, but if you don't have that, you want to get a little team like that. Sorry about the sirens. I can't find my earbuds today either. So all this stuff
it.
is like, we're not, maybe it comes across in a traditional way as unprofessional, but we are in a rogue world, right? We're in a rogue world. And video first, what we would call social selling, where you're socially showing up almost as like a media platform, like a media thumbnail rather than a business card. It's that's where we're going and where we're at now. And
So
women
you're
who
saying
are in
rather than
corporate,
giving out a business card, you would give them your
well,
entrance
people
to your
look for
social
you on
self.
social. You don't have to even fucking give anything out.
Yeah,
Michelle tagged me. I say, I'm going to
yeah,
go see what she's up to before I respond.
yeah.
Because does she want to know, like, what is she up to? Like, is she looking to change her career? Is she looking to be a woman in her, how, she's been my vintage, has filmmaking burnt her the fuck out? We get a lot of women who get burnt out come and work with us. And we get a lot of women who have high professional standards and they're wanting to do something very different. And they're bringing all of that cultural thinking into their today. And
Mhm.
I am about kind of showing, look, I don't think it matters as much as you think, but why not get the jump on everything
Yeah.
and have your background set? Because hormonally, and culturally, women over 40, we have to make ourselves visible. We have to show up and be seen because like my friend Katie said yesterday, you want to stand out like a school uniform on a highway. That's how you get picked up as a right? Like
Oh, there's some memories there.
that's heavy, right? Like, but it's true. We grew up in an era and where we're trying to Inga's point, pull in and magnetize people who want what we have, not what someone else has, because it resonates internally, truthfully, authentically within them to feel safe, connected in community. And so,
And the reason that we want to do that is because that's the best way to sell.
well, and you as a retail person, Inga went from being a stylist to running a sort of a big retail if anyone knows, obviously many people know Kings Road in London, the high fashion point of this. Now, are you tired? Are you listening?
I'm listening.
Yeah, but you've gone to the side of the frame and I start going, I'm like, why are you doing
I,
that?
I, I don't mind that because I think it provides an interesting angle. That better.
Talking about interesting angles, we are celebrating today, Juju. Oh my goodness. Celebrating, talking about
I
right
love
angles.
you,
Got to
Juju.
get
Woo,
got to get into
woo.
the who we're doing because this is what
Yeah.
happens as we meander and go
Yeah.
on because it's something we could talk about until the cows come home. You want to be offering something in the world that you can talk about till the cows come home. Something that's easy. Don't work in video and use video as something to talk about that you're not comfortable with. biggest mistake ever, right? You want to really feel comfortable and grounded in what it is that you're bringing to the world and offering that wisdom. To Alanis Morissette, though, with that flash, I'm like, that's what I'm going to do with the ladies in the performance part, right? Because so we run a program, and we're about to go into into performance, showing up, speaking your message, getting it right, having the authenticity, feeling really comfortable on camera, effectively to go live at any time with your message and it land with people. So I think that there's some great templates now. I'm all for AI, ladies. I'm all for making it easy. There's some great templates, and we should get them to pull in all their photos, right? That they can find, and there's a template, and you just do. People are doing it like
Like a little
30 photos of a day in the life of this year of 2023. That's going to become really possible. Well, what about a day in the life of my life? Because the little babies that are out there on the digital media land, they don't have those Polaroids that we have. They don't have those box brownie photos that we have, and our generation does. So that becomes something different coming
We've
through.
been through a lot. I mean, we started out with box brownie.
Indeed. No, actually, pinhole camera was you actually did photography with a pinhole camera. I remember, because I'm so interested in photography
Yeah,
and image. So I
yeah.
remember you came home and did pinhole camera photography, and I was like,
But before
what?
that, I did box brownie of Barbies.
Right,
Don't
one
you
of the
remember?
very first. And I took
I
my
used to
first
set them up
photograph.
in the background. The old sandstone. We were raised in Balmain in Sydney,
If you've
and
done a box brownie, if you've had a box brownie, you're our people. Try
put
box brownie. We want to meet
a
you. We want to
box
say hi.
brownie. And I
Box
used to set the
brownie,
Barbies up
Polaroid.
in this beautiful sandstone background because it had these like colors and it was like sort of like James Bond abstract, interesting interior background, an
That's
organic
like what
background.
we did for Yvette's because we used the James Bond. It came back.
I
Yvette's
know. That's what I'm saying.
background for
It's all there, lady. It's
Yvette's
like it's
background for
all
her
there.
YouTube channel. Check it out, Yvette Mayer YouTube. Actually, you want to check it out because she does marketing messages through human design, which changes the game. And yeah, we don't always get it right. We know you won't always get it right, but the point is to not be beat up. The point is to have a team in your corner. I took my first photograph of Paris. I want to end up being
Team in your corner.
a team in your
That's
corner,
us.
pair of sisters in your corner.
Pair of sisters in your
And
corner.
this is definitely where we can go to what Juju did and does, because she is
Oh, is
so,
that what you want me to do?
I think so. So let me just bring it in. This is about, are you suffering a little bit of what do people think of me? What will people think of me on social media? You know, maybe you cringe a little bit at me and Inga, maybe, God, how could they do that? Why are they doing that? Well, it is that. What are people going to say if I get up and do me? If I get up and do authentic me on camera, what are people going to say? Hey, Scout. And is that Scout or Adam? Inga's daughter. That's it.
Yeah,
Hi, doll.
a daughter, teenage.
Little niece. Hey, love. Not so little. Um, they're all not so little. Anyways, so you think what are people going to say about me on social media? This is a big thing. This is imposter syndrome. This is fear of authority. And really, you got to sit with humiliation, embarrassment, and shame. They're the three stages of which you could potentially experience. And so you avoid that because you don't want to have those feelings, and you make it about, I'm not good enough. I don't have, I la 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 la. Well, we ritualize the ability for you to go live on camera, starting with the background, right? And once you get the background set, there is a familiarity for your own nervous system to feel good and comfortable. And you also know that it's this like amazingly free piece of real estate that can really express yourself. Of course, I'm all about color, performance. So that's why my background's like that. Inga's all about style, design, color, texture. Fuck, what else are you about? Like so much stuff.
Yeah,
But
texture.
Juju came to a challenge, dancer, amazing body worker, and wants to be, I guess, wanted to really show up more frequently on live and feel really good about it, and was worried that people would shame her. So we went on a journey to start with the background. So Inga's going to share some slides celebrating you, Juju, and thank you for giving us permission to celebrate with you and showcase who you are, because you blow our minds.
Yeah, you show a little bit of your story with us, your little journey. So, sharing here. Oh man.
Ah, Juju.
Back. Do we want to go back?
Yeah, do the reveal. Anyway, that was a bit of a whoo-choo,
Woo.
whoo-choo. This is where
So
we
this is where
started.
Juju started. We had like a Magical Sisters makeover. I think we did like a background
Yeah.
challenge or something like that, wasn't it,
Well, for the
Sal?
mood board, you've got to start with where you are, right? And kind of end. So that when we make a mood board, it was a mood
Well, I
board.
think we started with sort of
Oh,
trying to scale the background a little bit, get a little bit of
yes.
feather in there and things like this. So this is one of Juju's first backgrounds that she was working with when she came to us. And then we did a mood board challenge, which I think that
Mood
is one
board
of
masterclass we do, which,
mood
yeah.
board masterclass. And is that in the group?
They're when we do that's in the live program you get like in the program when you come to join us you get access to those things. I'm
Right.
not sure if in the but we could do another one of those early in the new year. I think it's good to
Make
do
a
it in the early
comment.
to get your
Oh
vision set.
yeah, make a comment. We're coming up to the start of like 2024, so maybe pop a comment if you're interested in doing a 2024 mood board for your business for this year. So this is a mood
Well,
board
this
for Judy's business that she worked on, and so you can see there's some really nice strong colors coming through. It's very evocative, very sensual, and very sexy, which was some of her keywords that she was working with. This was another visual that she had of her kind of dream space.
I
It's
don't think I can't remember seeing this. This must have come to you. Like
yeah,
this
I
is
think this was a side conversation that Juju
oh,
and I
was
had.
it? Little side conversation between you
Well,
two.
maybe she posted it as part of her like reels for the day, or it was part of her socials. And so I commented on it, and I because maybe we'd just done the mood board class. I don't know. So it was like an ongoing conversation because we
I'm
love
not
our
really having a go at you. I actually love that you have these side conversations. Inga's so dedicated to her clients that they have these Pinterest conversations, they have all these things and it shows up. But this is like a new thing for me and it blows me away because now I'm like, well, really, she moved home, right? So she moved.
I mean, look at it. It's fantastic. So she moved into a little log cabin, and then we helped build out the background for her, um,
I'm not,
so that it has
yeah.
just some more resonance for what she's doing. And we encouraged her to put a pole. She's a pole dancer, and she does like pole-esque, where she sort of does burlesque on pole. And so that's her medium through which she teaches her, um, body empowerment series, right? So she works with
Sexy at
women
any
over
age. Sexy at any age.
sexy at any age, getting better and better, all of that kind of thing. And so we encouraged her to put a poll in her space so that she could show with her body that which she does so professionally.
Yeah,
Um,
indeed.
and then there's some other nice little accoutrement in
And
here as
also
well.
so inspirationally, like as a woman in my 50s, and I love, can I, well, I might get in trouble later, ladies, but I seem to do this with Inga. I remember Inga and I 2 years ago when we were all in the, crazy lockdown world and we were talking about stuff. And he said, I want to be on a pole when I'm la, la, la. And I remember thinking, what? That is outrageous. I'm a sort of kinky prude people. That's just who I am. So I'm like, what do you mean? And I want to go back to that shot of the is it possible in
Which shot? The
I think
background?
is it possible to well just her vision and where you ended up and it's just like your vision Inga was to be learn to pole dance and then we end up with a client who's a pole dancer and so we've got this kind of strong belief that you have to see it and then it shows up. It's like that Course in Miracles or whatever it is your belief system is, that you put it out there and then it comes. And Inga, and there's so much resonance between our clients and ourselves and we want that for you. We want that for people who are watching this to just have the confidence in yourself that whatever it is you want to do in life, there are people out there. It is about finding a way to help them find you. And so she had this vision of who she is. And now be so interesting to see on her vision, she had to as a performer, you have to have your stage set. I can't wait to see where this goes with Juju because this is very
Yeah.
recent, right? Ingrid's just finished her signature style this week. So Juju's been with us for a little over a year. She did the full program. So and moved house and did that. We have a lot of people who move house. They get, the kind of spin-off, isn't it, Inga? These that you become more of yourself. You want more of life. Life becomes more fulfilling. You get more
Can I come
freedom
back
of
to my faces now?
expression. I love that. I love that, Inga. I love the velvet. I love the flowers. We sort of started thinking about Moulin Rouge. You can't quite see it because this wasn't
I
set
know
up, right? We're just doing this
this.
very
Yeah,
impromptu.
this is
This is
just a
a 12 gift
snapshot.
impromptu.
Yeah, this is just a snapshot, but we've got like as she spins around, there's this like lovely little Eiffel Tower. There's this beautiful little Tinkerbell moment with that green light that you can just see in the corner there. And I think you brought in the piece with the mirror, Sal. So I don't know, there's just some lovely little pieces in here that really speak to that kind of burlesque cabaret kind of way in which Juju wants to present herself and the way in which she truly is.
And so any
She's a
back,
little bit, she's sort of very, burlesque and cabaret, but then there's this sort of earthiness to her as well. And that's with all the wood that she's got in that log cabin. I just love it. The combination of the
yeah, I think it's a really
textural
interesting
and earthy.
juxtaposition, which is a
Yeah.
film term, people, a film term. What does it say? It
Juxtaposition.
sort of says you can be anyone, right? To do this, get out of your bullshit judgment, like I had, of what is someone on a pole doing, and that's what she came worried with, right? Like people like me going, "Oh, what are you doing?" Whereas, so we'll stop sharing. So Inga and I, as sisters, we're often balancing out each other's edges, balancing out the edges of judgment, shame,
Mm.
humiliation, and embarrassment,
Mm.
and busting that block, you know, and saying, Inga can take me to the edge. I can take Inga to the edge emotionally. She can take me to the edge, visually. There's all sorts of things that continue to expand into this freedom of expression, to be the role model, receive income doing what it is you love. I really believe if everybody's gifts were nurtured and adored and said, this is the path for you, not this is how you have to be. Our mothers and our fathers, God bless them, our caregivers, our people that raise us, have these views of how we're meant to be because it shames them if we're not from their stuff. We're all like carrying these fucking lineages of shame and humiliation, embarrassment. And so we don't do. Inga wanted to be an air hostess. Do you remember? We'll never forget that.
Yeah.
You really wanted to be an air hostess. And our father said, well, be a
Traveled in the 70s and they were just amazing looking, those air hostesses then,
yeah, we'd traveled where our father hadn't. He'd traveled to New Guinea and we'd been to Paris,
Mm.
with our mother. So we had an extraordinary mother. Maybe you did too. Loves to mum. She's really in my heart today. See a little photo of her every day and really just give her so much blessing and asked her to help guide me today because I was 10 minutes out before I woke up 10 minutes before getting on camera. Wouldn't you like to wake up 10 minutes before getting on camera? And it was fabulous. The eyes, Inga, the eyes. This thing were
Oh,
opening.
hysterical, just hysterical.
And Juju just jumps on that pole and is amazing. Now, here's the thing about Juju. She faced it in a challenge that we gave her to go live and get on that pole and do it. I was like, well, if this is what you do, why aren't you putting that on social? Right? She's
Yeah.
like, people are going to scream me out. So, as a journey practitioner, I can work through these kind of blocks. And we did that. And she went, you get courage by taking action. You don't wait to have courage. It's the paradox. You have to have the action in order to get the courage. There is no day that courage will arrive.
So saith the lion in Wizard of Oz. You're looking quite lion yourself today, right? But that was the message, right? Like he's like, I want to have courage, and like he'd been so courageous.
But that is the one that I identify
Oh.
with, is the lion, right? Like I've got the mane, the hair. I get really freaked out if my hair's not right. I've got this kind of floppy body that I'm not. Well, I don't actually at all. I'm incredibly fit for my age, but
Floppy body? What are you
but
talking
in my
about?
mind, I don't like people coming near me. Like I don't like. I've got that. That's my thing, right? As a survivor, and so I'm like him. It's like I would never have gone in front of the camera, ladies, unless pushed, invited, in a community that was safe.
Mm.
And I did because the community was safe and I went down a spiral hole and I was held by the universe. but I hid out behind the camera for years. And so when Juju, I can feel into these blocks that we have. Also, I just want to say something. When you said, you don't need 1,000,000,000,000 people, if you want to be someone who wants 1,000,000,000,000 people, I want to help you too, because I know I'm doing. If you've plateaued in your business at 7 figures, this is a block, a visibility block that you want to be on to 3 different folds. If you're starting to pay more money to get more people, no, no, that's not how the big people do it. That's not how you get profit, impact, and influence. You need to scale, and you need to change the way that you do something and be where your people are, and make sure that you're super magnetic in your videos. If you're a personal brand, that's the reality. And we can help anyone from at any age budget. So I just want to say that, right? Like, as someone who worked on iRobot, The Matrix, I worked for Louis Vuitton doing their branded content before branded content was a fucking thing. Yes. I went to Taiwan and did for the opening of their Taiwan store. We did the video, the viral campaign for them. So
Is that when you all hooked on those Louis Vuitton sunglasses?
no, I don't like
Those
Louis.
that had all the
I don't
Louis
like Louis Vuitton sunglasses. I don't like, the only part of Louis Vuitton that I like is their luggage. Happy Louis Vuitton to talk about that if you'd like. Really happy to be the Kardashian ex. When you get rid of the Kardashians, when you realize that
Call
women,
me.
when you realize, well, what I love about Louis Vuitton, actually, just to segue, is they are an individual company. They know their target market extremely well. They do not try to go outside of that. They do not compromise on price, quality, style. They spend millions and billions of dollars closing down the factories that make fakes, going and finding them. I mean, it's a big, that's a bigger, that's just a bigger, that's a bigger industry than Louis Vuitton, right? But it's a family business. It's handcrafted, it's bespoke, it's unique, it is timeless and forever. It's heirloom, it's legacy, it's lovely, 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 beautiful, beautiful, beautiful craftsmanship. I mean, it really is extremely beautiful. And so their digital team is always looking for ways to enhance their customers' experience of life. So we did a tea ceremony, a Taiwanese tea ceremony.
Yeah, beautiful.
Right? If you're going to go to Taiwan and you're going to go to the shop, then you also, as a Louis Vuitton purchaser, you're going to be someone who's going to involve themselves in culture, be at a very high level. And so we went to the best tea maker in Taiwan. Oh, this tea, Inga, this tea. Like drops of angel's tears going down your neck. This chrysanthemum tea
Sounds
that
delish.
he grows it in his garden. I mean, he took it all through all this and these creeks and these bubbling brooks and this. It's sort of, it's almost Buddhist in its way. It was just extraordinary tea. I just get shivers thinking about how delightful it was, and such a Zen property, and just gorgeous. So, Louis Vuitton thinking outside the box and having that. So they know to be bespoke. That's their clients. And I think that's what we are to a degree. It's bespoke women who want to be bigger and have some part of them that feels that they're not. How do you do it? I'm not that yet. We see it before they get it. That's a filmmaker, stylist, creative designer thing. We can see from what you say, where there is something in the market for that. There already is that exists. So why not you? Which is why we do the mood board masterclass, right? To help people say it's absolutely out there, but that's where you got to be. Juju went live. She went around the pole. She faced her fears and did it. She just took action. And we said, we will be here where something goes wrong. Reach out. So the next morning, something went wrong. And I had the message, and she was totally shamed by some dudes, and she just ignored them. She had the courage. It's not about them. Not about them, and she just keeps going. And it's about touching and empowering women and staying true to her vision of that, because the truth is there'll be 4%, 5%, maybe 10% of people will. And if you engage, you're going to get negativity. So you just delete, block, get rid of them. That's your responsibility. And you come to us and we say, let's talk about it. Let's unpack it. How was it? How did it make you feel? And she said she ended up just feeling like, to you. Who are you to tell me that? And that's the truth. We've all been told certain things over the time, and now you're not wanting to tell people something by giving your wisdom. You want to share your experience, your knowledge, your joy, your hope. You know, I did a mood board masterclass for a rehab this week live, and they came in so broken and they left with hope. And I think that is, when I think of Juju, that's what she brings for women. That there's some part of you has a broken vision of your body, who you are physically, and that's just a lie that she can help you overcome to be your most amazing, sexy at any age self, you know. So Juju, drop a link. And again, we're not the Kardashians. I'll go back today now and put in the links for the last 3 days. You wait till we get to the end of this series, though, ladies. You won't recognize from where we went in the 12 days, because we've got some team joining us because we're investing, but it takes time to find the right people. So here we are, celebrating women who take action, stay committed, be visible, and have big missions to help other people on the planet have a better life. Come join the Facebook group. Come join the Facebook group so you know when the challenges are on. That's right. That's right. Come join the Facebook group if you want more. There's definitely like how to set up your camera. There's definitely other trainings in there that you can get, but we would love to see you there. Hey, Michelle, why don't you come in and have a look? Might change your life. See ya.